Hi, family. Welcome to His Daughter's Meekness by Agony for Joy. We are teachers of good things. This is a platform for honest self reflection and renewal of mind through biblical truths. So, welcome.
Greetings. Thank you for tuning in to His Daughter's Meekness. This is Sister Ateem. I know it's been a long time since I've been on here. I'm going through a lot of life changes, of course, including my little one that is now with me 24/7. And so I just have not learned how to make the time to do YouTube. I know that the time is there. Is learning how to make that time. I'm still struggling, so please forgive me. Secondly, I am currently in a season of healing and rediscovering myself, and so it's been quite difficult to think of what to share on here because I personally am going through a lot of growth, and I'm learning more things about myself that are not the best, and I'm working out with the Most High, and so please keep me in prayer. Thirdly, as I've been thinking about how to move forward with His Daughter's Meekness, despite all the failures that I've made in the past 2 years or so, and I do encourage you guys to go through the community link on YouTube on my page to kind of see what I'm talking about if you're not caught up, and get caught up so that I can just, as always, be honest and transparent. That realizing over the past several months now that the journey or the things that I was speaking about before is exactly what I do believe that I ought to continue, because in my shoes, there are things I know that I wish I understood or had heard and learned in the past. And sometimes we learn those so old when we're late, or grown, my words are not the best right now, that I wish I'd known before. And so I do believe that my purpose is to continue pushing forward, despite all the things that have transpired. I'm reminded of a specific pastor that I listen to, where he's always singing that song, Jacob's Ladder. Every round goes higher and higher, and when you fall, you get back up. And so that's what I'm doing. I may not necessarily be on the same step, maybe on steps down under, but as I climb up the ladder to get where I was before, to where the Most High would have me to be, I want to remain encouraged and move forward in that regards. And so initially I had privatized some of my videos because I was just so ashamed, because I was sharing things that I myself did not uphold, and just had so much shame about it. But then I realized, but wouldn't you want others to have these things, to have these words of guidance, not my words, but just sharing them. That's what we're called to do, is to share the good news, to share what we know. And I want to live out what I do know. And so I've relisted those videos, and again, just going through a process of healing, a process of self-realization, some hard conversations between myself and the Savior, and He's doing a lot of mending where I've allowed myself to be broken. And so please forgive me for the lack of time I've spent on here, but I am in a season of healing, and in the midst of that, I don't want to share anything wrong or off about my own situation, nor about others, or even some of the things that I may be misguided in my own flesh. And so I'm trying to be very careful about what I share. In any regards, I do hope everybody is doing well. Myself and my little son, my baby boy, are doing well. He is 20 months old now. And we are just thankful for every day that we have. We never know how many we have, but I'm thankful for the day that I have this moment. And so, yeah, you guys are always in our prayers. And please lift up his daughter's meekness, because I've got to figure out how to move forward with this ministry, especially with some of the things that have transpired recently in my life. I know I want to keep the theme of talking to and with and for and on behalf of women like myself who are coming out of very hard upbringings and continuing failure and learning to overcome. And I want to continue to speak for the downtrodden and uplift others in that regards. And I also want to be able to share the perfection that we cannot find in ourselves, but can have by keeping our eyes on the way, the truth, and the life. And I know that He is willing and able to accomplish all these things in us, because that's what His Word says. And so my prayer is that in the areas where I have been weakened, He would strengthen me and help me to push upward and onward, forward, not throwing in the towel, but accepting His hand of mercy, lifting me up out of the miry clay, cleaning me up, and not that shallow, quick cleaning, but the deep cleansing that I need so that I can shine for Him. And so that is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be touching on topics I probably would not have touched on in the past, because to me they were irrelevant. But they're not. They're very simple things, because we always say, oh, that doesn't matter in this kind of faith. None of those things matter. So many things matter to individuals. And we push them off to the side. And people are lonely. People are scared. People are hurting. People are afraid. People are lost. And He's given us a voice to use. You have a voice. There is a message that you have to share with others, to others. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid to use your voice, even if it's just one person at a time. To give a small message of hope to who you know, or what topic you believe that He's placed in your heart to share. My hope for me and for you this year is that when we hear the Spirit of the Most High speaking to us, telling us to do something, to say something, to not be afraid, to act upon it, not to hesitate too long, because if we start to grow cold, and then we begin to doubt if that's what He wanted us to do in the first place. My prayer is that I will begin to hear Him when he tells me not to take a specific route so that I can avoid so much heartache, so much pain. Because when we take those routes, we reap the consequences of our action in every way. It is by His grace that we are standing. It is by His mercy alone and His favor upon us. He pities us. He pities our condition. He knows how weary and tired we are. He knows our weaknesses. He knows our pain. He knows our sorrow. He knows what we struggle with. People see our fruits. Now, the process of that, how people may interpret those fruits, what's going on in the meantime, that journey, that intimate time of cleansing, purifying, going through the fire, it looks ugly from the outside, looking in. And you know from the inside that it is an ugly process, but it's necessary. It is necessary. I have been so humbled in these last 2 years, to my shame, but to His glory. And I'm thankful for the experience that I'm going through, because it is teaching me the kind of pain that many have gone through and are experiencing, and feel that they have no way to, no one to go to, no way to express themselves. One thing I can say for sure is truth goes a long way. Truth with yourself, truth with others. Be honest. Don't worry about what people think. Be fully honest. And if they cannot accept it, be okay with it, because it'll save you and them so much grief. Be honest about everything. Be transparent. Be truthful. We can't hide. You know, anytime we try to hide, it comes to the light. Every single bit of it. Honor, integrity, all these things we wish for ourselves through our Savior are built in truth. I guess I'll stop there for now. Yah keep you. Yah hold on to you. Hold on to the promises that He has for you. Yah watch over you and your children, your family. He cares for every little detail. And right now I want to lift up a prayer for those who are by themselves. There's so many people, even because of their own wrongdoings, that they're finding themselves alone and have no one to turn to. I am lifting up a prayer for you. Turn to your Savior. He knows everything. He will lift you up. He will reveal Himself to you. He will show you His mercy. And you have to understand that a lot of times when you are in the season of loneliness, there are things that He is trying to show you about you, not anybody else. When you are alone in this season, He is trying to show you things about you. That need to be transformed. This is a season of transformation in your own character. And it's an ugly season, but we all have to go through it sometimes, several times in our lives to get there. But do not despise these lonely seasons. Take advantage of them to cry out. He is our only Savior. And we are entering into a very dark season. You see everything around us. Nothing is the same even 5 years ago. We are living in a new world already, and it's only going to get worse. We've got to hold on to the only one who knows everything about us. "'Tis so sweet, indeed it is.
My King is coming.
Daughters of Zion, your redemption draweth nigh."
I've got to be ready.
If you would like to hear this or other messages presented at your local church or ministry, please email us at agonyforjoy@protonmail.com. We would like to leave you with our ministry text, which is Titus 2:3-5. It says, "The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahuwah be not blasphemed." Take care, and Yah bless.